Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition, Fourth and Forever, Roundtable Sports Production, real coverage from real fans, guys. We have a lot to unpack today, a lot of games to discuss, and some storylines that are dominating the NFL world. Richie, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. We're here another day, October 13th. It's a brutal day to be in New York because of the weather, of course. We have a nor'easter storm that is passing by. But yeah, man, I'm alive, breathing some fresh air. So the only thing you can do is smile, right?
That's the only thing that you could do is smile, my friend. I am sorry about your Jets, but obviously we will unpack that tonight on the AFC East Roundtable. TD, what's going on with you, man?
Another day, man. Drama in the NFL all over the place, man. We had players snitching, we had fights, we had upsets, we had craziness on Sunday, and I'm excited to be here today on Monday to break it all down on Fourth and Forever. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what, man? And so I know that we'll probably unpack this Dolphins-Chargers game tonight, but I did kind of want to talk about our good friend Tua, right? Dude always finds his way into the news cycle. Not for his play, but for his post-game press conferences. I feel like that we've been talking about his behavior during the post-game pressers for the past couple of weeks. I could only assume that you were referring to him when you mentioned that you had players snitching on each other. Thoughts on all of that? I'm pretty sure he came out saying that there was a bunch of players not caring, not showing up to players-only meetings. Yeah, he's just throwing everybody under the bus at this point. Thoughts on that, TD?
It's kind of crazy. My thoughts on it is this is what happens when you don't have an organic leader and you're trying to teach somebody how to be a leader and they just don't have it in them. And then the person probably that's trying to teach them probably ain't one themselves. So Tua gets on the podium, basically says, all the good stuff, we got to be better, X, Y, and Z, but we got to have better accountability, guys, not showing up to a team player only meetings and we got to put it on leadership. Well, Tua, you're the leader. You're the leader of the team. You're a captain. You're one of the 4, 5, 6. I forgot how many we got now. You're one of the leaders on the team. You're one of the captains. And obviously, if you got to put it on the leadership, you got to put it on yourself. This is your team. You're the highest paid player. You're a captain, and that captain group is not doing what they need to do to get the respect of the team. Now, the crazy thing is a player came out that was on the Dolphins, even though it was brief, and said, my first meeting with the Dolphins, Tua was the one that was late, which is crazy. So it's just, man, we're just a punching bag for the media right now. These are things that you shouldn't have even said in public. You just keep in-house and you try to deal with it that way, because what's the purpose of saying it to the media and out in the public other than to get attention off of yourself? I don't care if you were right or have something to say. You don't say that to the public against your teammates and stuff like that, man. So at the end of the day, you got to handle that in-house and be a real leader and galvanize the troops and get them, to rally together. But right now, I feel like you're really probably creating bigger separation within that locker room.
It's even worse. Richie, from one fan of a terrible organization to another. Thoughts?
Did you have to add that, dude?
Thoughts on the Tua remarks?
It's crazy because it's like Tua throws a game-winning touchdown, and then he doesn't because of a missed tackle. And, at the time, you're celebrating like he did.
Oh, you're not. Well, it's not a game-winning touchdown. The game-winning touchdown is when you have the ball in your hands last. The last time you had the ball in your hand.
Well, if the Dolphins got a stop on defense and they didn't get that Lad McConkey catch and run, that would have been a game-winning touchdown.
Tua got the ball back, though. He got the ball back.
Yeah, with 5 seconds left, the Hail Mary situation.
Yeah, you remember the Miami Miracle?
Of course, but TD, I think you're missing the point. If the Dolphins stopped the Chargers from scoring and they won the game right there, that would have been, like, in the moment when Tua got that touchdown, you and every Dolphin fan thought that was a game-winning touchdown, was it not?
Yeah, I thought it was when we scored in the second quarter. I thought that was 1-2, and then whenever the Chargers scored, if our defense would have stopped them there, listen.
All I'm saying is, you go from a potential game-winning touchdown from Tua to the defense absolutely selling, can't bring down Jalen Phillips, not being able to sack Herbert, and then he throws it Lad McConkey, whatever. I mean, for Tua to say those things, he really does not have self-awareness. Like, I don't know if this is CTE creeping in or anything, but I hate saying those things, but this guy's saying the weirdest things in the press conference every single week. And I'm like, every time I see a quote from him, I'm like, is this AI or is this like fake? And then I watch him, like, no, this is real. This is real, man. I mean, he's everything I told you he was, and I'm not going to sit here and run victory laps around that. I'm not really like proud to be right about that, but anybody that always tried to gloat Tua and TD would, to an extent, by the way, I'm not going to leave you off the hook, even though you're always, flip-flopping. You love Tua, you hate Tua, you're real, but you're not real. I don't know, man. How many debates do we have to go through on this show, Dan, and AFC's Roundtable about Tua being this, Tua being that? I mean, come on. Countless. Let's not forget it.
It's just not true.
It is true, man. See what you do.
Once again, you're manipulating the conversation.
I'm not manipulating the conversation.
Richie,
this is what you do. You
have
only
I
like
ever
to fit your narrative.
Have I ever said Tua was an elite quarterback? Have I ever said Tua was a great quarterback? So I don't get what you're talking about. I've told you in moments. Tua has 3 amazing games where he throw 900 yards and 8 touchdowns and 1 interception and have a perfect passer rating. Tua's playing some of the best football in the league right now. That's not flip-flopping. That's what he's doing at the moment. He's been trashed lately. Tua's been trashed. That's not flip-flopping. I'm just telling you what's happening in the moment. He's playing better ball than Josh Allen in this stretch. That's not flip-flopping. That's just what's happening in the moment.
And then in that moment, you'll be like, you'll still take Tua over Josh Allen. That's if I asked you in that time, like, all right, TD, who'd you rather have in your team, Tua or Josh Allen? You would have said Tua. So don't just try to, forget what we heard from you. You don't have to go out and add some context to it, and it's okay. This does not need to turn into that. But all I'm saying is Tua is exactly what I always knew he was, and he's trash. And this could be the last game, last season with him as a Dolphin, and if you're a Dolphins fan, you should root for that.
Probably
My
is
God.
the problem.
My God.
I mean, it has to be, right?
Almost $90 million in dead cap.
They got to do the Russell Wilson situation. Look at the Broncos right now. The Broncos did it.
That's a different situation. They at least had a roster.
But did they? I mean, I guess.
I mean,
Sean Payton is what really went there, and then they got a young quarterback. You got to be able to find a quarterback in the draft is what you got to do, and a coach to pair him up with.
So the Broncos were in a bit of a different situation. They at least had some promising young guys on rookie contracts and Sean Payton. Like with the Dolphins, I'm really not seeing a lot of like quality youth like on that team either.
I mean, it takes a quarterback and a coach, something that the Dolphins don't have, Jets don't have. If you get rid of Tua and you eat that dead cap and you find a good coach and you draft a quarterback, then you will be okay. All right, you're not going to be great right out of the gate, but you're building towards something. That's really all it takes.
I agree. I just feel like they're going to wait one more year, then do that to eat some of that cap. Get some of it out the way. I don't know. It's just a bad place. Just a bad place for the team.
It's a bad place indeed. But folks, guys, week 6 is not over yet. There's 2 games tonight on Monday Night Football. And I am foaming at the mouth as far as some of my favorite player props that could be put out on the market. And you know that you got to put them up over on Sleeper Picks. Folks, Sleeper Picks, hands down, the #1 platform on the market today when it comes into all of your player prop parlays. And the best promo going on, hands down, $20 just for signing up with that link in our description. If you do put a deposit down, they're also matching 100% of that all the way up to $100. For me, from a Bills fan's perspective, I have 2 guys that I think are going to do very well tonight. I think James Cook is going to very easily cover over 55. I want to say Sleeper has him at this moment. It's a very undersized defense in Atlanta. I think that James Cook will be able to sort of have his way this evening. And Khalil Shakir, who will be going up against a guy who had a 25% missed tackle percentage in college, 17% so far in the league against Billy Bowman. I think both of those guys should be shoo-ins for their overs. Feel free to tail me. Feel free to fade me on that mark, but I'm feeling pretty good. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud partner of today's show.
Bang. Free $20, folks.
A free $20, and we have a pretty cool tool that we're going to be letting you know that can help you out with Sleeper a bit later in the show today. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit of football, all right? And let's talk about a couple of matchups, one of which was against two very hot teams, the Seattle Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, I don't want to be the one to say that I told you so, but I didn't like what smelled from the Jacksonville Jaguars organization. I kind of had a feeling that their wins, at least at the beginning of the season, still weren't a team and or an offensive mentality that I trusted. The Seattle Seahawks go out there and win 20-12. From the box score perspective, Trevor Lawrence actually did semi-decent. You know, he threw 2 touchdowns, 258 yards. But the story here was the Seattle Seahawks pass rush. 7 sacks. They were regularly in the backfield. There are much worse offensive lines in the league than Jacksonville. But it just goes to show you how dominant this defensive front is over in Seattle. Shout out to Sam Darnold, who had himself a hell of a game as well. And the Seattle Seahawks, they're victorious on this beautiful victory Monday. Richie, and so I know a little part of you is smiling, seeing this Seahawks Sam Darnold-led team walk away with a victory coming out of Duval. Thoughts on this game on both the Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Yeah, I mean, dude, we got to talk about JSN. JSN is an absolute baller. I remember I wanted the Jets to draft him really bad, and we drafted Will McDonald instead. Will McDonald's a good football player, but I wanted JSN to be paired up with Garrett Wilson. But Sam Darnold, dude, I mean, the types of throws that he's making over the top of that for JSN is absolutely remarkable. And the Seattle Seahawks have a team, bro. Like, it's not just about Sam. JSN, Cooper Kupp finds the end zone. They got a run game. Their defense is really good. Like, I really do think the Seattle Seahawks is a legit team. They went toe-to-toe last week against the Buccaneers, just lost that game. And listen, I'm not going to just, like, say, all right, the Jaguars are exactly who we thought they were. Now they suck. I don't know if you guys saw the Liam Cohen. I'm really impressed with Liam Cohen, man. I got to be honest. Liam Cohen, after the game, his locker room speech was pretty impressive after a loss. I thought that was pretty interesting. But let's just not pretend that the Jaguars had a terrible game. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, 258 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and a 97.1 rating. He did not have a terrible game. It was one of those games where there was no running attack from the Jaguars offensively. And at the end of the day, the Seahawks, they got an early lead. They went up early. You know, the Jaguars went up 6-0, and then the Seahawks scored 13 unanswered in the second quarter. And then there was just not enough time for the Jaguars to come back. They go for 2 after a touchdown. They don't get it. And then JSN is arguably like a top, not arguably actually, I'll say it right now. He is a top 5 wide receiver in the league right now. 8 catches, 162 yards and a touchdown. I mean, just phenomenal stuff there. And then Sam Darnold just, you know, Sam is playing winning football, right? He's not going to be in the MVP conversation. He's not going to win the MVP. He's not going to get MVP votes, but he's playing winning football. But the big narrative about Sam is always going to be when the pressure's at its highest, is he going to step up or not? That's when Sam's going to really get his respect around the league.
Sam Darnold. And really, as far as this Jacksonville Jaguars team, again, I have not been bought into them. I think the Indianapolis Colts are the gem of the AFC South. I still have the Jacksonville Jaguars making the playoffs by the skin of their teeth. However, I think that the Colts are the real story here, which we will get to shortly. TD, thoughts on the Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars game?
Yeah, you know, this weekend it was an uptick in certain quarterbacks throwing the football, and it looked like it didn't really work out much in their favor. But like Richie said, Trevor didn't, you know, have a bad game. You know, he didn't throw any interceptions that I saw. But what I will say is that Seattle defense needs to get a little bit more credit. You know, they did a really good job overall. They only gave up 12 points, and Jacksonville's been having a good defense as well. For Seattle to put up 20, that's still impressive. But, you know, I'll give Sam Darnold some props here. You it wasn't the best completion percentage day. It was pretty rough, but at the end of the day, he did enough to help his team win the game, and he also didn't contribute in them losing, and that's a major thing. Turning the football over is devastating in the NFL in today's football. So Sam Darnold just continues to play, solid football. Again, I don't view it as like, this game-changing football, but he's playing solid football. Has some strikes down the field of JSN that was in stride on the money, made some nice passes, and helped his team get the W. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns, right, Richie?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, one of them was a deep bomb, and one of them was in the red zone. I knew he threw a nice out towards the sideline. Just, again, delivered, did what he needed to do. Trevor Lawrence was flustered a lot and made some big plays too, but at the same token, it wasn't enough. Both defenses I thought played well, but you need more. You need more. And I'm going to say this too. They got to figure out these rushing games. These teams aren't running the ball well. They got to figure that out if they're going to, when they play the better teams too. I think Etienne was like the leading rusher, and he had like under 30 yards or whatever. Even Kenneth Walker was under 35 yards or something. They got to figure out a way to run the ball better. So good game, though, and I'm not worried about the Jags. I think they're a solid team, and they're a wild card type team.
And right now, real quick, I have the Pat McAfee show on my TV, and they're showing the Sam Darnold highlights from that game. He is MVP. I'm sorry. Watching this is sparking my delusion, man. These throws are nice, dude. All right, I'm kidding. Not MVP, but like as a Jets fan watching this, dude, it's just so heartbreaking, and like also happy for Sam. He's such a good dude. He deserves it. But he's so... Maybe it's because I'm just always watching bad quarterback play with the Jets, where I watch a game like that Sam just picked apart the Jaguars defense that led the league in takeaways. Like, it's impressive, man. Like, he's lighting it up, bro. Damn.
Yeah, that was a nice performance.
A nice game. I just saw all the throws he made. I'm just like, this is like real quarterback. Like, that's a good quarterback, man. What is that even like? What is it like, Dan?
That's a good QB over there in Seattle, And so it makes me wonder, would Sam be making the Jets a better football team at this point? I'm not so much convinced, especially with how Rodgers has been performing. I think anybody that is number 1 in the depth chart over in New York.
Well, let's not forget that Justin Fields is 4-2 in Pittsburgh as well.
He was, man.
4-2 with Steelers, 0-6 with the Jets.
Those poor Jets fans. I am sorry you have to deal with this each and every single losing Monday.
Are you though?
I'm not even sure what you call it, man. It's not Victory Monday. It's Defeat Monday or something along those lines. Who knows? Moving on, have to talk about.
Can we talk about this game? Because I know you probably broke it down on Friday, but TD and I weren't there for this Thursday night Giants-Eagles game. I know it's still week 6.
Dude. Jackson Dart, man. Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo. What's going on, man? What is going on with the boys over in New York? Is this a story for Giants fans that hit the ground running and be optimistic for the future? 110% it should be. You should be thrilled that you had 2 of your rookies really dominate this Philadelphia Eagles defense on all facets of the game, with or without Jalen Carter. It's still something I think Giants fans should not, look down on. But the real story here is the Philadelphia Eagles offense. And you know what? I actually ended up looking at some of the statistics from this team. I think it's fair to assume that the Philadelphia Eagles offense hasn't really looked good, right? But what if I were to tell you this? And this is odd, right? Last year through 5 weeks, so the Philadelphia Eagles scored about 85 points. This year, the Philadelphia Eagles scored 120 through 5 weeks. The issue here is that their efficiency via EPA has plummeted nearly 50%. They have a brand new offensive coordinator in Kevin Patullo, who has certainly been getting his share of criticism throughout the past couple of weeks. Philly is no stranger into walking away from a coordinator if it does not work out, but something is broken in this Philadelphia Eagles offense. I think it has to do with their offensive line injuries. Hence why Saquon Barkley is looking more so like the Saquon from the New York Giants days than he is from last year in Philadelphia. But credit to the Giants. Like, care less. You take down the Super Bowl champions on Thursday Night Football. It's a good thing. TD, thoughts on the Eagles and the Giants?
In this game in particular, the storyline starts and ends with one player, and it's Jalen Hurts. He sold on his team in this game. It's that simple. There's no sugarcoating it. He had multiple opportunities where he overthrew the deep ball with guys that were wide open that could have easily have shifted this game and won this game. I mean, it was just all over the place, and that's uncharacteristic of him on a normal. Usually he's hitting some of those, and it was just terrible. He had a terrible outing in this game, and he sold. They asked him to throw the ball more. He's delivered in the past, and in this particular game, he didn't. I mean, we can talk about Saquon. We could talk about this. We could talk about that. But this was a game where they put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands and said, take care of business, and he didn't. He fell short. All right. It was similar to the Super Bowl. They said put it in his hands. He took care of business. On this night versus the Giants, he just did it. And that's what it came down to. I know some people will say, well, the man was 73% completion percentage, 283 yards. I'm sorry, you threw an interception. You turned the ball over on your team. And not only that, I don't care about the completion percentage because those 7, 8 incomplete passes, 2 of them should have been touchdowns. 2 of them should have been touchdowns. And that's what it comes down to. Like, we need to start putting more onus on these quarterbacks. Everybody always want to talk about what's around them and the team around them. This is a NFL now, ladies and gentlemen, where no longer are you expecting the team around you to lift quarterbacks. Quarterbacks have to lift the team. It's that simple. They have to make miraculous plays. That's what it takes. That's what it comes down to. So Hurts didn't do it in this game, and he got beat. And that's what it is. I know they would have won the game if Hurts would have played lights out, but they didn't because he missed easy opportunities with wide open guys down the field. And that's why those receivers have been frustrated lately.
Funny thing is that somebody did say this, which I feel like Philly's doing whatever they can and to make sure that the tush push is banned next offseason. That 4 straight tush pushes was absolutely nuts. And if you're like wanting to keep it in the game, situations like this is, I mean,
then a player got hurt on it too. So
yeah, right. Like that's like adding to like some of the concern. If Philadelphia is going for 4 straight tush pushes, then you know that something is broken offensively. And like you're seeing AJ Brown continue with his post-game press conferences. I think he's gone. Fun fact for anybody that might be looking for another wide receiver on your favorite team, don't be scared of his contract. If you were to bring him onto your squad, it would only be a $750,000 cap hit this year if he's brought onto the team. So I think he might get moved. Man. But I mean, who knows, right? That, and then we also saw that some edge rusher over in Philly, I think it was Zadarius Smith. He called it a career this morning. So he just retired after 5 games. He just said, I've had enough. Rich, thoughts, man? Jackson Dart, watch the tape, brother.
My prediction of where A.J. Brown's going to get traded to is reuniting with his old teammate from Ole Miss in Pittsburgh with DK Metcalf. Report just came out today that the Steelers are looking to add a receiver before the deadline. They're in first place. They obviously are all in now, win Super Bowl, not just like, yeah, let's go out and make a nice little playoff run. No, you have Aaron Rodgers, and you're in the first place. The Ravens are 1-5. Like, I think the Steelers are about to go all in the trade deadline. So that's a team to watch for. But when it comes to this game, man, Jackson Dart, like, this is why I really liked him in the pre-draft process, because he's not a guy that is going to, he can develop into that. But early on in his career in the NFL, like you saw it at Ole Miss, you even saw it at USC when he was over there. He's got this energy, he's got this moxie and this confidence that you can tell the teammates around him are buying into. And he has this presence around him where he's going to make plays with his legs. He's going to make people miss in the open field. He's going to extend plays, keep his eyes down the field. He's going to pick up yards with his legs. He's going to score touchdowns with his legs. He's going to roll around. Cam Scatterboo, I mean, what a freaking bowling ball that guy is. Unbelievable, man. Brian Daboll is saving his job every single week. He made the decision to go to Jackson Dart, and they are 2-1 since then. The 2 wins they have are against 2 winning football teams, and the loss is against a bad football team in the Saints. So Jackson Dart just beats good teams and loses to bad teams. I think Giants fans will take that. And it's some primetime football, too. His first primetime game at MetLife Stadium, pressure at its highest, against a Super Bowl champion, a division rival. What a game. What a story, man. And it's sad because I wanted the Jets to draft Jackson Dart. I really did. I was very open about it. I had so many people tell me I don't know ball, tell me he's not even a first-round pick. And here we are. He's a first-round pick for the crosstown rival Giants, leading them to victories.
Damn. Look at that. Jackson Dart could have been slanging it over for the Jets. But who knows? Like, he probably would have sucked at the Jets, too. Who knows what it is with that? And that damn team and being able to develop a quarterback. It's wild. I'm sure that Philadelphia is going to bounce back. I'm glad that Giants fans are likely going to win a bit more games than we initially predicted. But that's October football for you. Moving on, man, we got to talk about our good friends here, okay? We got to talk about the Rams and the Ravens. 17-3. Ugly game. Second ugliest game of the day, minus the London game in the morning, which we will discuss ad nauseum during the AFC East roundtable. But the LA Rams started off very slow in this game. It was 3-3 going into the half until LA was finally able to turn it up. You had an injury scare with Puka Nacua. I have not understood the update on him of whether or not it's IR related or whether or not that it's only going to be a couple of weeks here and there. And the Baltimore Ravens only end up scoring 3 points. I suppose if you're trying to be optimistic about this Ravens team, I suppose you did hold the team to only 3 points for a half of football. I think you did hold them to 17 points all as a game. So I guess you are trending in the right direction from that side of things. But 1-5 is a very difficult hole to crawl out of. I'm not entirely convinced that Lamar Jackson can save them from this at this point. 1-5, the Ravens schedule is as follows. You have the Chicago Bears, where I think you can see Lamar Jackson. So they do have a bye week, which I know was much needed. Followed by the Dolphins, the Vikings, the Ravens, the Jets, the Bengals. So they could very well go on a run. They could be 6-5 within their next 6 games, perhaps, or 5 games, rather. But I don't know, boys. I'm not too convinced that Lamar is going to be able to save them, especially with how inconsistent and injury-riddled this team is. TD, thoughts on the Rams game, thoughts on the Baltimore Ravens game?
This is sad for the Baltimore Ravens because this is clearly a game. If Lamar was playing, they would have won. Fun fact here. Do you know that the Ravens turned the ball over 7 times?
Oh.
In this game?
Yeah. What nobody's talking about, they went for it on 4th down like 5 different times and didn't get them. Didn't get it. So, and this is the funny part. Let me read their possessions real quick to you. First, they started the game with a field goal. And after that field goal, interception, turnover on downs, punt, turnover on downs, fumble, turnover on downs, turnover on downs. That was their game. That's wild. And they got in the red zone 3 times. 3 times and did not deliver in the red zone, but the first 3 points. And that Derrick Henry slip up, fall, whatever you want to call it, stuff. Yeah, Lamar's in that game. They easily win because you got to give a shout out as well to the Baltimore Ravens defense. They've struggled all season. And to have 7 technically turnovers to only hold the Rams to 17, and a lot of that coming off of ridiculous decisions by the Ravens, the defense did their part. The defense played better in that game. So Baltimore, they got to figure something out quick. Hopefully Lamar comes back, or otherwise their season is over. They're working uphill. Rams, again, a nice win, 4-2. I wasn't actually as impressed in that game from the Rams. And again, the injury, we got to see what that turns out to be. But I'm not really so impressed in that game with the Rams. I mean, I would think the way the Baltimore was playing that they blew them out 30-something to 7 or something like that. But hey, they get another W, and it just makes it tougher in their division. So good game for the Rams getting that W. But Baltimore, you're in trouble, man. Real trouble.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Rams fans should walk away from this game feeling great either.
Yeah.
This is the second game, I think, so far this season where they failed to crack 20, especially with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, right? You have Kyron Williams. You have Devontae Adams as well, like right on that roster. I think this team really needs to pick it up. I've seen Rams fans be critical of some of Sean McVay's play calls as well. And the defense is obviously still doing its job. I was optimistic with them going into the offseason with how young and hungry that they were. But I'm looking at this NFC West team right now, or this division, and I don't know why, man. I'm buying into this Seahawks team for winning it now. For a second, I thought it was the Niners. I'm kind of buying into the Seahawks right now. But,
why?
Why? Sam's playing good ball. Right? Have the defense in Seattle is playing awesome. And the 49ers just can't catch a break from injuries, dude.
I have to agree with you, Dan. They're probably the favorite now. Seattle's probably going to win this
Who
division.
picking to win the division before week 1?
Oh, that was just biased, though, Richie. Come on.
See, this is what happens, man. You call it bias. But when I'm proven right, is it bias or is it just maybe I just deep down know ball?
Oh, my gosh.
So with the fire hot ball knowledge from the fire hot ball knowledge from Rich, but
let me just remind you guys what happened last year. All offseason throughout the summer, I was hyping up the Vikings. And then when JJ went down, Sam got healthy. I'm like, watch the Vikings shock the world this year. Everyone laughed at me. And then halfway through the season, TD hops on, the Vikings. Now all of a sudden, the Vikings became TD's team. Like I haven't been on them before they showed out. Same thing's going on with the Seahawks. I was on them before now, and now you guys are hopping on. And now it's like, Richie, you're just biased. Come on, man. Give me some credit.
I give you credit, Richie. I
mean, they haven't done anything yet. We're only week 6 here, of course. But
so far, I give you the credit, Richie. You've been on point.
Yeah, just stop with the bias, man. I'm not doing it because it's bias, man.
Sam.
If he's trash, man. I'll tell you how it is with Justin Fields if you want me to.
Yeah, well, so again, I'm looking at this Rams team, dude, and they have only cracked 30 points once, and that was week 1 against the Titans. Excuse me. Yeah, week 2 against the Titans. Out of all their games, this is the offensive production that they have put up. 14 points week 1 against the Texans, 26 against the Eagles, 27 against the Colts, 23 against the Niners, 17 against the Ravens, excuse me. So some problems with the LA, maybe personnel, maybe it's play calling. I don't know, but Rich, thoughts on the Rams, thoughts on the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, ugly win for the Rams, but a win is a win. They escaped Baltimore. You know, they had to go across the country against a team that's desperate, trying to win a game with their backup quarterbacks, and they came out on top. You know, they're also, let's not forget, coming off a devastating loss a week prior to the 49ers. This is a big win for the Rams. And, the Ravens, they got issues, man, but I'm not going to sleep on, they're entering a bye week right now. Lamar's expected to come back. They got 5 losses. Hey, 11 games left for them or 10.
The schedule's pretty favorable, too.
Like, hey, I can see the Ravens winning, and I know Ravens fans probably saying absolutely not, like 9 of the last 10 games or something, and still make the playoffs as a wild card. I don't think they're going to win the division, but I'm not going to count them out of being a wild card team. But unfortunately for them, they're going to have to start playing near perfect football. They got to take it week by week. But I think at the end of the day, you need to see Lamar Jackson go out there and play MVP type of football in order for them to go on a run. So we'll see.
And some crazier things have happened, folks. Some crazier things have happened. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the real gem of the AFC South. Whew. The Indianapolis Colts defeating the Arizona Cardinals. The
real gem.
Give me my props, Richie.
The
I gave
Jacoby
you your props last week.
Brissett
I'll do it again.
led.
Even though that was like biased too, though.
Dude, you know what, man? Like, people got to stop sleeping on Jacoby Brissett, man. Like, look, like he looked better than Kyler Murray has looked for the Cardinals for the past 2 years. I have not seen a performance like that from a Cardinals quarterback in quite some time. But unfortunately, it was not enough. You have Daniel Jones playing very efficient football. You have Jonathan Taylor again, man. Holy hell, dude. I feel like I have to crown him as Offensive Player of the Year through 6 weeks of the season so far. I think that if I were to give credit to any team or player as far as being the most consistent offensively, I think Jonathan Taylor gets my vote. And who were to know? All you needed was just a quarterback that could take care of the football for the most part, can game manage, make right decisions, and a rookie in Tyler Warren, who's been an absolute dog as well. The Indianapolis Colts go 5-1, and their schedule is the Chargers away, the Tennessee Titans, Pittsburgh Steelers, Atlanta Falcons, and the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's see what this team is truly made of. TD, thoughts on the Colts, thoughts on the Arizona Cardinals?
Listen, the Colts are a top 3 team in this NFL, man. Let's just call it what it is. They're playing good football. And yes, Jacoby Brissett did give a spark to Arizona, putting up 27 points, did look better than Kyler usually does. And this is what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. Kyler's days are numbered, like a lot of these quarterbacks that's good enough not to be good enough. But here's the deal. What's even more impressive about the Colts is we're talking about, game-winning, drive by Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor, punching it in with 4 minutes left in the game. Just impressive. It was highly impressive. And you gotta start to think to yourself, man, this team has a lot of things going well for itself. Defense, special teams, offense, obviously everybody playing well, but we got to give the coach some credit. He's coached his team up very well. He has these guys believing. He has these guys playing. And it's crazy, man. Like, we coming from like Anthony Richardson, and it's like they would be 1-5 right now, not 5-1. And, you get some structure at the position, a guy who's not going to lose you the game. Yeah, he had one turnover in this one early in the second quarter, which, if I'm not mistaken, Winston returned it right back right after that. Jacoby, I'm saying Winston. Jacoby returned the ball right back on a pick right after that, so it was like a wash. But yeah, man, that's all it takes, man. You got to have a quarterback who's not losing you the
Breaking
game.
news.
Completely.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. Okay, Richie.
Breaking news.
Don't spoil it.
For what team?
Breaking NFL news. Hit the sirens.
For what team?
Breaking NFL news.
Well, Richie, you break it. Do it. Go ahead.
Bang! All right, we have our first firing of the NFL season. The Miami Dolphins have fired Mike. I'm kidding.
You a lot. Oh, man. Oh, I see it now. I see it.
Because I realized that's what you wanted it to be.
No.
Tennessee Titans have fired their head coach. Mr. Brian Callahan is gone. Breaking NFL news.
Wow.
First reported by Adam Schefter of ESPN. There is the report. Breaking
Titans
news.
have fired it, man. And they did put out a statement, and this is what they had to say. After extended conversations with our owner and general manager, we met with Brian Callahan this morning to tell him we are making a change at head coach. These decisions are never easy, and they become more difficult when they involve people of great character. We are grateful for Brian's investment in the Titans and Tennessee community during his tenure as head coach. We thank him and his family for being exemplary ambassadors of the Tennessee Titans. While we are committed to a patient and strategic plan to build a sustainable winning football program, we have not demonstrated sufficient growth. Our players, fans, and community deserve a football team that achieves a standard we are not currently meeting, and we are committed to making the hard decisions necessary to reach and maintain that standard. Wow. The first firing of the season. I gotta tell you what, man. I think that if you're going to fire a head coach at any point during the middle of the season, I think now is the time to do it if you have a rookie quarterback, because why continue to poison this young man's mind with a depleted roster, with not a lot of winning going around in Tennessee at this point? Brian Callahan, to me, I do empathize with him to a sense, because I think a lot of what is wrong with the Tennessee Titans is more personnel based rather than overall scheme, if you will, especially this year. But I'm curious to see where Tennessee goes next. And also, I think that we can all agree that there's about to be a fire sale in Nashville. TD, thoughts on this breaking news?
Hey, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. The Titans have shipped off the head coach. You know, it is. I actually wouldn't have saw this coming. I thought, you know, you get a rookie quarterback. It's okay. Whatever happens, it's okay. You know, you're working through some things, but no, they expect to be better. I'm going to be honest. I have more concern about the front office. I mean, it ain't like you got, you know, a plethora of weapons and all of that around Cam Ward. I just feel like this is the team just put together right now. But hey, he's out. Now they got to find a new coach. I'm sure they're going to do an interim and then probably go for a real search in the offseason. Somebody maybe in-house is going to be promoted. We'll see what they decide to do. But, man, there's a change over in Tennessee. And I'm just, like, wondering, is this going to make the team better now, or are they accepting their fate knowing that they're headed downhill about the tank? You know, so it'll be interesting to see what they plan to do. Are they still going to try to compete and go after something, or are they going to dial it in until the new coach, you know, is brought in?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know who they would target.
Something to note here about the Tennessee Titans that I'm sure people forgot. They fired their GM last year, so they have a brand new GM. Mike Berganzi was brought in January. He was the assistant GM from the Chiefs, and so they have a brand new GM. And Brian Callahan was here when they hired him. So now Mike Berganzi, the new GM for the Titans, he's going to have, you know, get a step ahead of this process and, you know, obviously do a lot of research and try to handpick his head coach, with the whole, you know, focus being around Cam Ward. You drafted your young quarterback. He is looking really bad right now. Cam Ward looks terrible. And, you know, we've seen situations. Look at Sam Darnold. Look at Baker Mayfield. Look at Daniel Jones. A lot of people like to blame the young quarterback, but obviously we've learned that you can't blame the young quarterback only. You got to blame the organizations. Cam Ward right now is unfortunately in a terrible situation, and the Titans are going to do everything in their power to try to save that young man. And I still think Cam Ward's talented, but he's got to be coached right, and he was not coached right early on in his career. And the same thing goes for Trevor Lawrence, dude. Trevor Lawrence was dealt a terrible start to his career. Urban Meyer as a rookie quarterback, he was fired right away. Like, you got to get these rookie quarterbacks locked in with the coach right away. I mean, look what the Bills did with Josh Allen. Sean McDermott, Brian Daboll. This continuity matters. They had the right coaching staff in place, drafted their quarterback, developed them up. John Harbaugh with the Ravens, drafted Lamar Jackson, developed him perfectly. Andy Reid with the Chiefs. Same coaching staff. You got to have continuity with these coaches in order for these young quarterbacks to succeed. And then if they don't succeed, they'll go somewhere else and ball out on another organization. So the Titans are getting ahead, and it's very similar to the Jets last year, firing their coach this early on in the season to get a head start of the head coaching search.
Man, where will they go? Indeed. Guys, as stated previously, football is a doubleheader tonight on Monday Night Football. And a lot of us are obsessed with player prop picks, most notably on Sleeper. Well, let me tell you what, man. Player prop is not just leaning with your gut. A lot of the times you need to go on ahead and actually do some research to understand where you should be leaning with your specific player props. I need to give a giant shout out to our good friends over at RotoWire. And so I know a lot of us here specifically, we knew RotoWire as a fantasy football tool. Well, guess what? It also is a full research and analysis website for all of your player prop picks. For example, I simply went to betting. And so I went to picks and props. I went to DFS Pick'em and or sportsbook props. and it tells you all of the lines that you should strongly consider for your parlays. Zach Ertz, for example, at 27.5 receiving yards against the Chicago Bears seems to be looking pretty good. Have Luke McCaffrey over 25.5 receiving. Kyle Pitts over 40.5. Drake London over 71.5 receiving. RotoWire is telling us exactly where to go with your player props for every single platform that you utilize. Highly recommend that you guys go check out RotoWire. Link is in bio. Please use our code RTS for 15% off, man. It's never too late to put some actual analysis into your sports betting psychology. Shout out to RotoWire for being a proud partner of today's show.
Let's do it.
Interesting, man. I also saw in Tennessee, guess who's playing the Titans in Tennessee tomorrow? I mean, this week.
Patriots.
The Patriots and Vrabel.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh off of firing their coach. Hey, man, all I'm going to say, quick preview there. Or, first time head coach, interim head coaches, they always somehow come out with a win in their first game.
Yeah, it's a good stat on that.
Besides Jeff Ulbrich with the Jets last year. We took that narrative like, oh, they fired Saleh, we're going to win now. Right. So it's not always the case.
It's the Jets, man. It's a narrative buster, the New York Jets. I'll tell you what, guys, let's go on ahead. Let's welcome in some Patreon callers here. Guys, as a reminder, in case you ever want to call into the shows on Fourth and Forever, any of the divisional round channels, we offer a call-in segment only for our Patreon members. We treat it like a radio station. We keep them on for about 20 to 30 seconds with a question and or a statement. We boot them, and then we ultimately end up reacting to it. If, for example, you ever want to have your voice heard, highly recommend you go sign up for Patreon. Link is in bio. It's only $10 per month. It goes a long way, and we appreciate everybody that is a part of the community already. Let's go ahead and welcome in our first caller.
Andy's up first.
What's up, Andy?
What's going on? Excited for tonight.
What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Excited for tonight. I just going on based on what I'm seeing throughout the league. Just gonna say I think Baker Mayfield's a top 5 quarterback and might win MVP this season.
Baller, dude. Baller.
He's the leader for sure. He's the leader, man. He's been on another level.
He's on a trajectory to win MVP, but it's early, but he's on a trajectory. I will put him as the favorite, right?
I mean,
and he's
right
not
now
the
he's
favorite
working
according to
with
sports
4th,
books.
5th.
I know.
He's working at the bottom of the depth chart with the wide receivers and still putting up numbers.
He's at a disadvantage for MVP, Andy, because of one guy who's still up there, Patrick Mahomes, who's starting to light it up too.
And that
the
fool
odds still have him, and he's going to have an event. Huh?
I said that fool started playing good again, man.
Yeah, I know. That's
Thanks
crazy.
for the call, Andy.
Yeah, Andy.
That fool.
Dude,
Dan
you
was
know
the
what,
biggest
man?
Lions fan last night, rooting with the
Dude, I
We're gonna get to
was,
talk about
man.
that
I
game.
was, dude. It's funny with the Chiefs. Man.
And now they get Rashee Rice
So,
coming back.
And my God. And so a lot of people were just like, oh, man, it's like Pat just doesn't have it anymore. It's his defense that has been carrying him. What he's shown for the past 2 weeks was that I just took a 2-year hiatus, guys. I just took a 2-year vacation
You know who
because
else
we had
did
a
that?
good defense.
He got one Super Bowl.
And guess
out of
what?
it.
I'm back. And guess what? I'm back since the defense obviously is not carrying anymore. I'm ready to just completely light this league on fire.
And
Congratulations.
the craziest part
on
about that
team.
2-year hiatus is he was in the Super Bowl for 2 of those years and won one of them.
Yeah. But like now, like
Just
this is the Patrick Mahomes that I remember from like 2020, 2021, like for the past 2 weeks of him just like carrying the team. Like, dude wasn't being carried by the defense because he had to. He was being carried by the defense because he wanted to.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting. 3 and
He's
3
turning it up though.
for the Chiefs. I mean,
And
I guess
Hollywood Brown now is coming on for him. So
Xavier Worthy's coming on.
And Travis Kelce, that damn geriatric fool, man. That geriatric fool, dude, just goes out and just has like a game like he's in his high 20s.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blows my mind, man.
I know that the Chargers won, but I'm not convinced the Chargers are anything, dude. Like, I'm not impressed with the Los Angeles
I
Chargers.
don't think they are.
I'm really not.
Dude, I don't trust the Chargers. However, hot take, I think that if anybody lands A.J. Brown, it's going to be them. I think
Yeah, I think they're gonna get a another receiver before the deadline, but I think they're gonna probably make a move for a lineman as well, because that's the issue. But they played well enough yesterday. I think Herbert had a 30% pressure rate, which was the best in the NFL. But they were playing the Dolphins too, so you know our pass rush been pretty terrible. So yeah, that game yesterday with Herbert it's interesting with the Chargers. The Chiefs got a chance to come back and take the division, but I'm gonna pump the brakes until they play again. Let's see that matchup happen again.
Yeah, I think this is a reactionary league. You know, when they lost to the Jaguars last week on Monday Night Football, you know everyone's like the Chiefs are finally done. But all it took them is to beat a Detroit Lions team on Sunday Night Football, and Mahomes back-to-back weeks. I mean, listen, this is why I did not count them out. I still have them winning the AFC West. I never got off of that, but we'll see. We shall see what comes out. But that was an impressive game last night. I'm not gonna lie. And now Rashee Rice is coming back. Yeah. You can argue he's their best receiver.
Didn't Hollywood Brown have 3 touchdowns?
Did he have 3?
I thought it was something crazy.
Probably.
Well, he was definitely the leading receiver.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
He was doing well. It was... I'm pulling it up. No, receiving is Travis Kelce, 6 receptions for 78 yards.
Yeah, I was off there. I thought...
Hollywood Brown with 2 touchdowns. 4 receptions, 45. Yeah,
you know what? You know what stat I saw from Mahomes, and I just took note of this because... From a Jets fan perspective, because it is the exact opposite of what Justin Fields does well, and it's what Patrick Mahomes and a lot of great quarterbacks in the league excel at, and that's processing and getting rid of the ball fast. You know, that's something that the Jets just simply don't have. Look at this stat right here that I saw come on the screen on my X feed, and it's not that impressive. It's just impressive when you're a Jets fan perspective. You know what I mean? So you see here, when you throw the ball within 2.5 seconds, Mahomes 14 for 15, 147 passing yards and 2 touchdowns with a rating of 147.1. That's when the ball gets out in less than 2.5 seconds. And I quote tweeted this: "Does Justin Fields have one successful quick pass like this?"
Wow.
Wasn't
it something crazy in the Jets game? It's one of the games I didn't get to see. With his passing.
Oh, you didn't see the Jets game? Woo, you're lucky.
No, I heard something about his passing yards were like non-existent or something.
Net negative 10 passing yards when you include the sacks. And
in the whole game?
He had 45 passing yards. But when you include the yards you lose with the sacks as a team, they had net negative 10 passing yards.
Richie, did he play the whole game?
Yeah, he did.
He had 45 passing yards?
And as a team, net negative 10.
What's the record for playing a full game yards? Like lowest amount of yards. That is wild. 45?
Dude, and you should we're gonna save it for tonight, but you should see the throws. Like he was sacked 9 times, and people that don't know ball are like, oh, you gotta get better offensive line. Throw the ball, Fields.
Hey, bro,
guy's got 6 seconds to throw.
I can go get 45 yards.
Gosh, dude.
That's wild.
Seeing that number from Mahomes just like broke my brain. I'm like, yep, this is what it means to be a quarterback. Just quick passes. Because when you get the ball out fast, it doesn't matter if your offensive line's trash. No pass rush is getting home in 2.5 seconds. No pass rush is getting home. So it definitely is frustrating, bro. It really is. But, kudos to Kansas City. And now Detroit. We'll see what they look like. And I am really sad, I will say, that Jared Goff touchdown did not count, because that was really cool.
Dude, that was a momentum killer. Was that, and then also that quote-unquote catch from Travis Kelce. Credit to the Kansas City Chiefs for getting the ball off right before Dan Campbell had a chance to, challenge that. But, so what was really impressive last night was that Kansas City did not have a single penalty last night. Not a single one. A single penalty.
But Mahomes was complaining about it.
So he was complaining?
Remember during the week, he like said something about the penalties. He kind of complained about the penalties on them in the media. Yeah. Then all of a sudden he gets no penalties. So I've seen Mahomes go on the field and say, hey, he was past 1 yard, change the ruling. They changed it in a game. That pick play, which it was a pick, he was past 1 yard, but he convinced the ref to pick the flag up, and now he complaining during the week, and then they get no calls.
So his 2.5 seconds to throw the football he's wildly efficient. And it helps out that he has such speedy wide receivers all across the board because his offensive line has significantly regressed from last year. Top 10 in the NFL right now at 39.6% pressure rate all season long. So the guy has to get the ball out. Having Rashee Rice come out, that completely mitigates it. And by the way, I'm going to go on ahead and put you guys on to something that's free and something that I have been obsessed with. And this is a free plug, by the way, since it is free and I'm not even mad about it anymore. It's called Sumer Brain from Sumer Sports. It's like ChatGPT, but you just ask it random statistics or like have them rank based off of like hyper specific scenarios. It's like you talk to it about like just general AI stuff, but it's about football questions. And I asked, worst offensive lines by pressure rate. Number 1 was the New York Jets at 52.94. And so does that check, Rich? I feel like that checks for you. Packers are the 3rd worst. Giants are the 4th. LA Chargers are the 5th. Ugh, yikes. Philly is pretty bad, surprisingly enough. Injuries. Cincinnati, not a surprise there. Titans is bad. Cleveland, surprisingly enough, is letting up a lot of pressures. How about best offensive lines in NFL? Oh, against pressure.
I wonder, like, what detects a pressure? Is it, like, how many seconds does it take to...
No, I think they count it, like, in the vicinity of the quarterback. So you have to see what the vicinity definition is. 1 foot, 2 foot, headed towards the quarterback.
Yeah.
Making them get rid of the ball quicker than they would usually do.
And so, but I thought that Richie would enjoy this, right, Rich? It's called Sumer Brain from Sumer Sports.
Hit him up.
ChatGPT. Best offensive lines in the game. Look at that. Falcons.
Falcons, watch out tonight, Bills Mafia.
The Rams, the Jaguars. And the Jaguars.
That's what you want to see right there. They're going to be protecting Penix.
Lions are pretty good. And you know what? Like, finding the Lions in here, right? Like, last night, like, you didn't even see Jared Goff only got sacked once. Like, that's it.
Hey, what are Dolphins on now?
The Miami Dolphins, as far as
I bet we smack dab at 16.
Probably smack dab in the middle.
Yeah.
It's probably smack dab in the middle. Tua. But yeah, man, that's the Lions situation. Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. What can you do about
more
that?
Callers in.
Let's get someone in.
We got DF Forever up next. What up, Dwayne?
Good afternoon, Roundtable Sports. How y'all doing?
Good,
great,
man.
Great, sir.
Richie, I'm about to tell you something that's probably going to drive you nuts, but I think it's true. If you look at the first 2 games the Jets played and what Fields was doing, a lot of rollout passes, a lot of quote-unquote jet sweeps. Fields had his reins as far as where he was going, and your team was being beat up seriously by turnovers the first 2 or 3 games. It looks like right now, I hate to say it, but they're trying to turn him into a pocket passer. And it's no good. And why would a team try and turn Justin Fields into a pocket passer? Just this simple. Your team's tanking. I know you hate that. I know how much you hate number 1 draft pick and what you think about it, but that's just what you feel, and I'd love to hear what Dan and Tony Dow has to say about this. DF Forever, out.
Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate it. And, like, adding the tanking part at the end, yes, I am definitely going to rebuttal that because the Jets are not out there doing what he just explained to lose on purpose. Aaron Glenn hears nothing but like his job is on the line. Like there's no possible way that they're tanking. Okay, that's number one. But I agree with what you said. The philosophy, trying to utilize Justin Fields as a pocket passer, is an absolute joke. The Jets are calling plays like we have Jared Goff, and we don't.
So I got to tell you what, and like I do want to save this for the AFC East Roundtable tonight. I think the Jets need to bench Justin Fields. I think they need to bench him, bro.
You know, we'll trade y'all Zach Wilson.
Throw him on the bench. Just roll with Tyrod Taylor if you need to.
I think we would have won that game if Tyrod came in.
If Tyrod came in, who knows if things would have been different. But, dude, I saw a couple of reps, man. Like, I saw a couple of reps where there was, like, a wide-open guy in the flat, and, like, you stared him down, took the sack. Like, staring down the guy in the flat, wide open, went through another progression for some reason, sacked, right? Same exact thing, like, wide open guys, dude. Like, not, like, it wasn't a bad scheme up, right? Like, some of their offensive, like, play calls weren't terrible. Like, guys were open, surprisingly enough. But, like, he was just staring the open man down and just being like, nah, I'm going for the big play.
And when there are open, he's late. Like that third down, and we'll talk about it later tonight, but on that third down late in the fourth quarter, you have Garrett Wilson wide open. He throws it 3 seconds too late. And then whatever happens, and people that don't know ball, like, oh, Garrett Wilson's going to catch that. Oh, boy. Ooh, boy.
What can you do? Shout out to Dwayne coming on in.
Train wreck in New York, man. We'll get into it tonight.
It's a train wreck indeed. How about Parks? What's up, Parks? How you doing?
What's up, fellas?
How you doing, man?
Hey, Jets fans, what's up with that week one energy that y'all had when Justin Fields did all that against the Steelers? Because I ain't seen that no more.
We haven't seen it from Fields either. That's why.
I got two things to say, and I'm gone, fellas. The first, hey, did y'all check out TD live stream when he was live streaming the game? Please go check out 3 hours and 4 minutes to 3 hours and 8 minutes. It is the funniest stuff in the world. When the Chargers had kicked that field goal and they had 5 seconds left, TD, I love your family. If they listen, I love y'all. Because TD wife is just so supportive. It was a competitive game and you're still good and everything. Then she gonna talk about Tug and throw a Hail Mary with 5 seconds. What? What? What?
I was dying at that too, Parks.
And the last thing I got to say, and I'm gone because I got y'all again tonight. Hey, Dan Mitchell, I see you didn't point out something. Bring up that Sumer brain thing and bring up the best offensive lines. You remember in the offseason when y'all talking about the Patriots would have the worst offensive line in the division?
Yeah.
Bring that back up.
I didn't say that.
Well,
Parks.
Richie did.
Remember,
Richie
they were
did.
arguing with me.
Well, Richie said they had one of the best offensive lines.
Yeah, we lost our best offensive lineman before the season started. That didn't help.
Oh, stop it, Richie. We got two rookies starting on our offensive line. Stop that, Richie. Stop it.
No, I'm just saying we got our literal
top
best
10 offensive line, a top 10 offensive line.
And we got a 91-year-old right tackle in Morgan Moses. Stop it, Richie. Stop it. All right, fellas, man. Y'all take it easy. TD, I love your family. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
Shout out to Parks, man. Shout out to Parks. He has money on the Bills tonight, and he told me that we better not let him down.
Who the Bills playing again?
And the Atlanta Falcons. Don't worry.
2 in a row? 2 in a row?
Don't worry about that.
Hey, if y'all lost tonight, then
Patriots in first place, yes. Tied.
Yeah.
Tied for first.
Yeah, I'm streaming this one. Yep. Should have never hit Drake Man.
TD, you better be wearing a Patriots hat.
I feel like you stream every single one.
I have one. No,
I feel like you stream every single one of them.
Not everyone. Just
make
the ones
the title
TD
Pats Talk live.
No, just the ones I think y'all gonna lose. And oh boy, tonight, Dan. You know what, Dan? I'm gonna take it easy on you tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I know you will.
Good
All
luck.
right, Lino's up next.
What up,
TD,
man?
what? Well, TD, why you keep getting excited for other people's team except for your own team, man? Worry about the sorry Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a new era and you're not up in the mix. You bums! I'm so glad y'all going through this trials and tribulations. Nobody feels sorry for y'all at
We're
all.
not gonna still feel sorry for y'all either after y'all start rattling off losses.
We're not y'all, TD. Calm down, relax. And I got to bring up something Richie said earlier. He
What up?
is right, TD. You are a flip flopper. Stop denying it. Own up to it. Suck up to it. Get a shirt that says I'm a flip flopper. You know what I mean? With a fish on it, a dead fish. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Yo, your boy Tua is sucker, man. But the way he threw his team under the bus, man, and the way he been acting this year, he been acting brand new. Like what's wrong with you, man? What's I don't understand it, man. He don't want to be a right leader, man. Like what's going on with you guy, man? He lost. He single handedly lost you like what 2 games this year off of picks alone, and don't want to take accountability, man. I used to like Tua, man, but dang, that boy is a sucker, man. Oh my gosh. Dang. But it couldn't happen to a better team though, so I'm not too worried about it. The Jets, man, we tried to tell Richie about your boy at quarterback. You know what I mean? He was all happy about the offense coordinator. They really got one of the worst offense coordinators in the league, man. They pass when they should run. They run when they should pass. Oh my lord! I can't wait till later on, man. I just wanted to get that out of the way and get. I got more info on the Dolphins later on. You know what I mean? Put them out of their misery. Take them out the back. Are y'all like mathematically out of the playoffs already? Like
Nobody's mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
I don't know. Y'all boys. I mean,
Even the Jets got hope.
No, they don't got hope. They got a wish. They wish the season was over with already. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all drowning your sorrows. You know what I mean? Watch the Bills do their thing tonight. Are y'all streaming? Are y'all doing anything before the game or what?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we have AFC's roundtable, and then we have Bills roundtable at 4.
Okay. All right. Oops.
See you
Count
there,
me
Lino.
in, yeah.
All right.
We'll be there,
we
man.
That's going to wrap up this episode of Fourth and Forever, brought to you by Roundtable Sports.
Yeah. Guys, listen, we are live Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. EST. No, excuse me, at 1 p.m. EST. Sorry, my shows are getting confused. Guys, do me a favor, subscribe and turn on bell notifications. It's the easiest way to show love over here. Let a friend know, right? As many, like we normally know that the Monday show is the most popular. We just ask that you guys turn on those bell notifications so you can join us each and every single day. We unpack football news all the damn time. Richie, what do you got to say to the audience before we let them go?
Make sure you guys stay tuned for tonight's episode of the AFC East Roundtable. In less than 3 hours, we'll break down all of the AFC East games and preview the Buffalo Bills matchup against the Atlanta Falcons. The Bills better win this one because first place is up for grabs if they lose. That's all I'm going to say there.
Man.
Damn. All right, TD, what do you got?
Thank y'all for coming through for another episode. Y'all come through for AFC's Roundtable tonight. And listen, man, Atlanta Falcons, let's go. Let's do it. All right. But hey, man, we're going to break it down in a couple hours. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
And hey, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you a bit later today. Peace.
We are out. Oh, wait. Super chat from Tony.
This guy.
Fields can't read a defense. No, we cannot, Tony.
Zach Wilson, man, we got him for you.
Zach cannot read a defense either.
Hey, who better, Fields or Zach Wilson?
Fields.
Man, stop. Zach Wilson been better, Richie. Stop.
At least he can run. Zach has no positives to his game. Later.